Hello and happy Multichrome Monday. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And this is why I have a Multichrome Monday series here on my channel where I feature different multichromes from all different kinds of brands. I do swatches, swatch comparisons, tutorials, and everything and anything that has to do with multichromes. And today I'm going to be talking about some multichromes from Gimme Glow. This is one of the first kind of multichromes they have launched. They have some duochrome shades, and then they also have one multichrome called Electric Unicorn, and that one is like an iridescent multichrome. And I did use that one and I paired it with like a palette in a tutorial in a previous video. So I really wanted to try these two shades because they are absolutely beautiful. They're definitely some of my favorite kinds of colors to wear. And you can see them on my lids right now. And I noticed that they were doing little cute quads. So it's like 3 matte eyeshadows and the multichrome in like a little palette. So I bought the bundles because I really actually like the assortment of the mattes to pair with the multichrome. I think it's really well curated. And so I thought it'd be fun to kind of feature both of the quads. So this one is called Dragon Blood and it's like a darker black based almost multichrome, but it doesn't seem to quite have a black base. It's just definitely a darker color, and I will do swatch comparisons to these two multichromes, of course. And then the next bundle is with the shade Zenon, which is the lighter shade on my other, which is more of a pastel multichrome. You could really share it out, or you could get it to be a little bit more opaque, especially layering it over these kinds of tones. I really just love the pastel vibes in here, especially with the multichrome. I think it's super fun. I believe that both of these multichrome shades are about $22. I don't think there's really like many coupon codes. I think I was able to find a 10% off coupon, but they are discounted if they come in this bundle. So if you were like interested in the multichrome as well as the matte, so that way like you don't have to think about the mattes you want to pair with from your collection, then that's definitely an option. And these are all larger pans, so you do get quite a bit of product, which might not really matter to everyone. I mean, who's finishing up eyeshadows these days? So that is something to keep in mind, because there are some multichromes out there that are less than $22 that are smaller pans, but on the other hand there's also 26mm pans with about 1.5 grams of product that are $20, so again, something to consider. But let's get right into the two looks and I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. Xenon at the top, below that is Cornflower from Glam and Tricks Cosmetics, and below that is Shine Me a Kaleidoscope from Touch of Glam Beauty. So these are all pretty much almost identical. I do feel like Xenon has more of a colorful base to it. So while I try to build up the other two shades, they're just lighter in tone. They do look very similar this way, but at an angle you can see that Xenon is just a bit darker. But otherwise, if you have one of these, you definitely don't need any more. Next up is Dragon Blood, then Trefoil from Clionadh, then JD Glow Seaweed, then Exosphere from Devinah, and Biome from Menagerie Cosmetics. So I thought Dragon's Blood is going to be an exact dupe to Trefoil, but you can see the tone straight on is different. It's actually closer to Biome, but I do think that the shift is a little bit stronger in Dragon Blood than in Biome, and it's just a little bit more of a vivid blue, and also it does seem just a little bit darker. Like I think that Biome has a much lighter base while they are still both dark. And then Exosphere and Seaweed are basically identical, definitely very close dupes. Priming with the Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC Cosmetics. Taking Limeade, and I'm going to put that right into the crease. Then I'm taking Sunny and blending it right into the edge. Go back into Limeade and just blending these two together. I don't know why I feel like it kind of like darkened up where they met. Do you see like right there? Taking Starboy on this Unearthly Cosmetics brush that I just got. It is UC8-5. It's a lot to remember. I'm definitely glad I didn't put on foundation yet. Quite a bit of fallout. I might have picked up too much though. I'm just kind of packing that on an angle out here, and then I think I'm going to go back in with Sunny and just blend that edge out with that. Let's see, I'm going to go, I wiped off my brush a little bit and I'm just kind of trying to fix whatever this situation is happening, like right here. Back in with Sunny. Yeah, I don't know what it is, just something happened there. I feel like I don't know if it's translating on camera, but it just looks really weird there. It's like stuck down. Gotta try a different eyeshadow primer on the other eye. Just going back in with the dark blue. It is a really nice dark blue and it's super pigmented. Sometimes if you just go over it like a lot and put down a little bit more pressure, it will blend eventually, but it's doing some like weird, do you see that? I really hope it's translating. It's just really weird. All right, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm going in with the Gimme Glow Glow Harder Glitter and Shimmer Primer. And I'm actually gonna take it on a brush. So let's see, do I have a brush? There is an Earthly Cosmetics brush. This one is the 8 brush. And that's just gonna go all over the lid almost, so that I'm not dirtying up the doe foot applicator. I usually like to tap over these kinds of primers just to really make sure I take any excess off and make sure that it's tacky. So next I'm going in with the Dragon's Blood. Oh, it's so beautiful. It looks like it's gonna be really sparkly. Wow, that feels extremely smooth in the pan. It looks way different in the viewfinder than it looks like at the angle that I'm looking down at it. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. I really love that. I'm just gonna take it all the way over here, kind of blend it out a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit on this brush and just kind of blend it in. I do feel like I lost some of the green up here, so I'm gonna go back in with the blending brush and just a little bit of the green, and also blend the edge of the shimmer a little bit. Just kind of miss the blue and, I mean the green in there. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on out here, but it's really not cute. It almost makes me want to redo it. I'm going to finish this look up with Starboy on this brush from Earthly Cosmetics. It's nice and angled, but it's not like a liner brush. It's definitely more of a blending brush. But it's really perfect size to get in under here. I really like it. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more over here. And then I think I'm going to go in with the bright green right underneath. Right next to that. And then the yellow, I think was called Sunny. I'm really not great at remembering shade names. I feel like I need an inner corner highlight, but I don't have one here. Oh, yes I do. I'm going to use Electric Unicorn as the inner corner highlight. Look at this beauty. It looks way more green once you actually use it. I'm spraying it with a little bit of water just so that it's a little bit more like solid. Oh, that's so perfect. These two are a great match. The black base multichrome with this multichrome. Let's take a look at the shift. Priming with the Gimme Glow eyeshadow primer. This one is the white shade. I'm going to use this Cindy Grace brush to blend it out. Kind of just tapping it down. I wasn't filming this whole time, but I put Mojito on the inner portion of my lid, Wink in the center, and Electric Purple on the outer corner. And I do have some patchiness going on. There's also seems to be some sort of like darkening of the matte shadows once they hit the primer, which I'm not sure if it's translating. And I'm going in with the Glow Harder shadow all over the lid. We're really here for the multichromes anyways. And this is a pretty simple look anyway, so I'm not about to wipe this off. So I'm going in with Zenon and just putting it over. The shade feels different than the Dragon Blood one. It just feels a little bit more flaky. And so just putting that all over the lid. It is a really gorgeous shade. And I wore this all day. I definitely had a little bit of creasing with it, but it wasn't really that bad. Going in with Electric Purple on an Earthly Cosmetics 6 brush. And just connecting the outer corner with that, and then going in with Wink and just reflecting what I did on the lid. I can't believe I didn't have the camera on. And then, what is this shade called? And then Mojito under the rest of my lash line. I'm actually going to go back in with Wink a little bit. I have a little bit of fallout. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Xenon, and I'm just going to put it with my finger on the inner corner, since it is kind of translucent a little bit. So just kind of extending. I definitely took it way too far. Okay, don't be like me. So first I'm going to talk about the Dragon Blood Quad. I really, again, love the colors in here. I think this is such a cute, curated little palette. Both of these, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but just to stress how much I love the shades that they chose. I feel like this is exactly what I would have chosen for this kind of multi-chrome shade. I would also pair like a really dark green for the outer corner, but the blue is really nice, and it's just like really like springy and fun. As for the multi-chrome, it is extremely silky smooth, really beautiful, and super shiny, like really shiny. Some of the shiniest that I've seen that are like this kind of multi-chrome. They actually remind me of the multi-chromes from Electrum, the black base ones that I tried in the Ascendant palette, as well as the Nikia Joy pigments. Actually, like, it's that level of shine, and Clionadh of course as well. So if you don't already have a shade like this, because there's so many brands at this point that have this kind of color, it's really just about formula. And if you of course want a really giant pan of it, if you love green. As for the mattes, I've said this before, but I'm not really the biggest fan of Gimme Glow mattes. I had a really hard time with the Bad Witch Club, and overall I do feel like I really have to baby their matte. But I knew that buying this quad with the mattes that there was a huge chance that I might not really like love the mattes. These shades performed more like the Vivid Rose and the what is that olive palette? Dirty Martini. I can never remember what that green olive palette is called. The mattes in there give me a little less trouble. Overall, the Gimme Glow mattes are just, they're like they feel really dry, and they tend to not layer the best. I had just a little bit of like a weird issue with the dark blue, but the yellow and green seem really nice. Gimme Glow mattes definitely do not lack in pigmentation. They're always super pigmented. It's just not my preferred formula. There are plenty of people that love their formula, so if you do love their formula and this is something you're interested in, then I would recommend it for you. So keeping in mind that what doesn't work for me might work for you, and vice versa. So onto the Xenon Quad. Again, I love the pastel tone in here. Super cute. I definitely have a shade like this already of the multi-chrome. Really beautiful multi-chrome. It does feel different in texture. I really love the shade. It gives me that sparkle, that shift, and the layer ability is something that I really just enjoy with these kinds of shades. Again, the matte's kind of similar to the other quad. Not the biggest fan. I've used these mattes 2 times now, and I've experienced kind of issues both times. I feel like the first time I used them, it wasn't as bad, but there's definitely some patchy issues. There's also some like oxidization happening. I'm not really sure. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you noticed and experienced, because I'm really curious if it was just a primer or if it's just user error. I would probably, next time I use these, I wouldn't really try to blend them next to each other or together. I would really just be like placing them, or just use them kind of one at a time and then layer the Xenon shade over these shades. So this is a cute spring summer palette where you just want to throw something in the crease that is nice and colorful, and then a beautiful sparkly shimmer all over the lid. So overall, like, I really like the shimmers. I'm not the biggest fan of the mattes, and I knew that going into it, so it's totally on me. I'm honestly probably not really going to be buying more Gimme Glow mattes. I just feel like they take way too much effort for me personally to what I even reach for them. I'm gonna keep trying them out on different eyeshadow primers. I have tested that previously, and they do seem to work the best on the P. Louise paint. So not the like more wet one, but the one that kind of sets down. They do tend to work on that one the best, but it does still give me a little bit of trouble. So let me know if you love Gimme Glow mattes, what kind of eyeshadow primers you use underneath them. So that's everything for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any of these quads. Do you have any of these shimmers? What do you think of them? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much multi-chrome content, lots and lots of tutorials with multi-chromes uploading on my channel, and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.